What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Higher Purpose Podcast, episode 18. We got Billy Floyd in the house again.
What's going on, everybody? Billy Floyd here, reporting live at Legacy Fitness Club. This is going to be a great episode. Don't forget, we got BP, Brandon Petta, the people's coach, here as well. What's up, BP?
Oh, what's going on, everybody?
That was good. That was Yankees win vibe. That was hilarious.
The first time I ever did that one. Gang, how we doing? Episode 18. We got
If you're still with us after that intro.
Yeah, no.
Lock in for this.
It's going to be a good topic.
We got a solid topic today, and obviously we always love having Billy on and wanted to be on more so, but today's topic especially needed Billy's input on. We know he's got a lot of experience in this discussion and knows his stuff and can give some valuable life lessons and advice to a lot of people in this area.
Absolutely.
I love talking relationships, whether it's love, friendship, work connections. They have to be key. You have to surround yourself with those who think like you, who attack life like you, and they want to see you succeed as much as they want to succeed, as much as you want to succeed in yourself. You got to support each other to say, all right, Chris is killing it at Legacy, you're killing it with your business, and what you guys do does not shine away from what I'm doing. I'm going to cheer you on, support you, love you guys, help you as much as I can. But we live in a world where people love to do one thing: bond over bullshit. Who's more of a victim? Who had it worse today? Well, this happened to me. Well, get this. This happened to me. We don't want none of that shit, whether it's in love, whether it's in friendship. We can't have that, Wordy. Come on.
Absolutely not. I'm going to give a little backstory to how we even arrived at where we're at today, too.
Yeah.
So we're on a drive, me and Brandon the other day, we're going for a hike. And we're driving, and next thing you know, it kind of occurs to me. We were talking about, what were we saying? Relationships. And it really kind of hit me that the person that you spend the rest of your life with, or person that you're dating, is literally one of the biggest influences in your life. Yeah. And how could you ever settle for something less than what you deserve? Yeah. If you have a high standard, set a high quality of life, and you settle for your relationships, you're settling in one of the largest portions of your life. How could you settle? If there's one thing that you could settle on, how could your relationship be one of them?
If not the biggest area of your life, you literally have to be sharing space with this person for the rest of your life. How could you not just be infatuated and absolutely in total love with this person and just tolerating and getting by, and that just sounds that's fucking insane.
And this was drummed up from a lot of the bullshit that we hear at the gym, oh, how's your boyfriend? Oh, he's okay. What? He's okay? He's not building you up. He's not phenomenal. Everything you've ever dreamed of and more, taking you on nice dates like you deserve. Come on.
All right, respectfully, I ask people a lot when they're in a relationship. I specifically ask one question. I'll say, are you in love? And, mostly they say yes, but sometimes they say no. That's a different category. But I will say this. If they are in love, if they claim I'm in love, yes, we love each other, I'll ask them one thing. How does he or she make you better? Not how do they please you? How do they make you happy? How do they take care of you? It's not about that. How do they help you get better? And a lot of the time, they sit there and they're like, well, she
makes me lunch.
And they can't give me an answer.
Yep.
It's all about elevation. I'm telling you, it has to be about getting better. If you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, y'all better be in the gym together. Y'all better be eating healthy together. Y'all better be traveling together, building each other up, posting each other, commenting on each other's posts. It's not about, it is about happiness and caring for sure. But if you're not growing together, what is the point? There's so many people who stay in these 2, 3, 4-year relationships just because it's all they know. It's so safe, and they think, well, if I start all over, even though this is outgrown, what does the future look like for me? And everybody's too scared to move on when they've hit that peak of, we can't get any better together. It's all about elevation. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Yep,
Absolutely.
people-
I mean, look at Jay-Z, Beyonce, like these power couples. Like they're hungry, motivated, inspired individuals that do it for each other, and they in unison become these powerful couples. And that's that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for no average Joe.
Let me touch on one thing just to go in relation to that. You got couples for Halloween that dress up as Beyonce and Jay-Z, Russell Wilson and Ciara, Kanye and Kim, whoever you want, J-Lo and A-Rod, all the celebrity couples, right? Look at those celebrities. They maximized their full potential and then found their person.
Ooh.
All these people want to be other couples as couples. What the fuck kind of twisted shit is that? You're staying with someone where you're never going to be at that level, so you're going to pretend you're at that level by dressing up as your idol instead of learning from Ciara, learning from Russell Wilson. Boom, they maximize their potential. They're at the top of their game. They find each other by trusting their path, and then everybody dresses up as them as Halloween. You know, it's crazy.
Yep, 1,000,000%. And one quote that this hits the nail on the head with is, a lot of times in relationships and in life in other areas, but people choose unhappiness over uncertainty. People will stay in the comfortable position because it's known to them, it's certain, they know what to expect, and they would rather choose that than the fear of the unknown of potentially diving into another relationship. And Billy, when you're actually talking about the growth, that you're absolutely spot on, that the relationship has to continue to evolve and it has to continue to become more complex over time. That's how relationships, that's how they stay fresh and people stay in love over the long term, because the honeymoon stage ends for everyone at all points in time. But it's by doing things where you're growing together. So whether you are traveling together, whether you are learning a new skill together, whether you're developing a new hobby together, anything like that, when you're continuing to grow and push one another up, that's going to be the way, because it's like it's almost like it's a brand new relationship. Like, it keeps developing, it keeps getting fresh, it's never stale, because you guys are constantly finding new unveiling new parts to yourself that never existed before. So it's like it's just always exciting, it's always fresh. If you're doing the same shit over and over and over again, it's going to fucking become stale. There is no questions asked. So yeah, developing and continuing to grow, push each other up is huge. And one other point I want to make is that when it comes to like finding a partner too, you have to be super clear up front with them in the beginning about what your passion and your purpose and your mission is. You need to let them know, this is my fucking goal, my purpose, my everything in life. You don't need to have the same purpose and mission as me, but you need to understand and respect mine. And you have to support me on this.
Hell
and if
yeah.
you can't get behind that, then this isn't gonna fucking work. Not even close.
Right.
Because then it's the other person's gonna be nagging you about something, trying to bring you down. It doesn't matter if it's not the same, but if they don't understand or respect it, that's a fucking problem.
And I think some people try to tailor who they are to like meet what they think that other person wants to see in their partner.
Yeah.
And then what happens is 2-3 months down the road, when they want to express who they truly are, work their long nights or whatever it might be, then it comes back to bite them in the ass. So yeah, you have to be fully upfront.
Super clear.
Yeah,
upfront.
super clear. Don't change your ways. Be you, and you're gonna attract the right type of person regardless.
Exactly.
And here's where you have to be clear about too, in the early stages. Shoot your shot. Like, be clear. Here's an example. Like, this is how you start a relationship. There was someone I spoke to recently, and they got a direct message from somebody that they have a crush on, right? A girl gets a message from a boy, they have a crush. She asked me, what does this mean? I like him, but like, what is he trying to say? I said, okay, you like this guy? Tell him. Like, say you like him. Ask him out. Go for it. And she's like, well, what if he says no? Shoot the shot. You learn through going. If he says no, you have your answer. But you can't assume that someone likes you back if you don't know that. So many people have all these crushes. They want to talk to certain people, but they're so afraid of getting denied. How are you going to find your person? I'm not saying just rip and go chase everybody, but if you genuinely have that attraction, if you feel a connection, go for it. Ask them out. Tell them you think they're cute. Compliment them. Let them know. If they don't like you back, then you don't have to like them anymore. You have your answer. But don't just keep living this life waiting for them to hit you up, waiting for them to ask you out. If you like someone, go get it.
Dude, I listen to this.
I hate toxic shit.
So everyone knows I listen to speeches over and over and over again. And one of the speeches I listen to, this comes up. It's like a mental growth thing. But one of the analogies, it's like, Brandon, do you have a dinner date tonight?
No.
But, all right, so if you ask Mary to dinner tonight and she says no, what's the worst case scenario?
I'm
still
same fucking just having dinner on my own.
You're still in the same boat.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. So it's like,
I love that.
Literally, the guy says, he's like, Mary, he's doing a seminar and he's like, Mary, do you have a dinner date tonight? And she's like, no. And she's like, well, if you wanted to ask Bill and Bill said no, would you have a dinner date tonight? And she's like, no. And he's like, what's the worst case scenario? You lost nothing.
I like that.
You're not in Harvard today. You apply, you don't get in. You're like, okay, well, you weren't in Harvard your whole life and you made it this far. Doesn't fucking matter. So shoot your shot. I mean, that can be applied in your relationships and in life, but I'm a big fan of that. Like, I'd rather not leave a stone unturned or something unsaid when I should have.
Yeah. No, I agree. I like that a lot.
I think that's one of the worst things. The regret will haunt you more, too, if you don't say something or if you don't make that. Like, think about, you've seen the beautiful girl before and you don't make your play at the bar, and then you're like, damn, I really should have just went up and let her know she was beautiful. People like you inspire me to do that.
And here's the case.
It's not easy, but
I like how you mentioned the bar too, because I've fortunately put myself in a situation to where I've had beautiful girlfriends as my best friend, as my partner, and every place I met them was a place of where I belong. Not at the bar, not drunk as shit off my ass, not going out hoping, let's see if I find a girl tonight. That's going to be a one-time fling. You're never going to talk to him again. Every time I've met my girl, it was at a community event. It was at a pool party where everybody's out having a great time. It was at a restaurant where you run into them. It's at a place where you know you love to be, and that's where you're supposed to be. All these people think, I need to go out tonight. I'm going to dress fly as hell, and I'm going to fire off all these shots drunk as shit. Well, if you meet someone drunk at a bar, that kind of tells me what the future of your relationship is.
Amen.
Being pissed drunk together, really not focusing on like your mission and your purpose. You have to let the world decide when you're going to meet that person. You can shoot your DM, that's fine. But when you see that person eye to eye at a place you didn't even know they existed, and you see them, it's like, wow, like, okay, I feel something. And let that play. Let that see where it takes you. If you're just going out to like find a person drunk at a bar, you're in the wrong situation. I'm not saying if you like going out, go out and have fun, but don't go out with that sole intention. I gotta find a person tonight because like I need a boy, I need a girl. You're never gonna walk away happy and fulfilled ever.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't agree more with that. And I think another thing is people force it so much. I'm totally on the same boat as to like find it's something that like nourishes you, makes you better, like a fucking yoga class at the gym, maybe like a cooking class, some type of community event, just something like a respectable person like that has your interests, like that you would meet someone at. But also don't fucking go to that class thinking I'm gonna meet this person in this class. It'll happen organically, it'll happen naturally, but it'll be under the right because you picked that environment. You picked an environment that most people that you would probably get along or have something in common with most people that are going to be in that environment. So you're already a step above. The bar is an environment you're picking that people are going there to escape fucking problems. They're going there to just like it's just not a great. It's not a good environment.
I think it also leads back to your uncertainty. Like it's easy, right? It's convenient. Everybody knows it's Friday. I can go to the bar tonight. St. Patrick's Day was yesterday. I could go meet a girl. We can go bond over bullshit. And maybe go back to your apartment. Yeah. But I think this is where the uncertainty ties in. It's having the patience to do things that are interesting to you, things that you enjoy and find pleasure, and waiting not knowing necessarily when you're going to meet that person, and just continuing to do what you like to do. And I always say, like, that's the best part about being single is I get to do whatever the heck I want to do, and this not in the sense of I go out and party every weekend. I just do what I'm feeling. If I feel like going to the community event, I do, and like that could be an opportunity to meet someone. So being patient, doing things that you enjoy, manifesting your own dreams and visions, like the right person's gonna come along.
Absolutely.
It's having the patience and knowing how to be okay on your own. And if you're not okay on your own, if you need to be in a relationship, this is a whole other can of worms. But it's like, if you need to be in a relationship, like, come on.
Yo, I was.
You don't need anybody.
That was great.
Big
because
time.
I was just gonna transition a little bit into the fucking whole concept of meeting your other half has got to fucking end. It's got to end. Finding that person that quote unquote completes you has to
You
end.
are
bullshit.
Because exactly. We are all fucking whole. It's not one half meeting another half and making this whole thing. It is one whole person meeting another whole person, and you're just overflowing the cup. You're not filling the cup. That's just two whole people coming together, overflowing. And this is the thing. You can't rely on someone to fix you. You have to fucking fix yourself beforehand. Fix yourself beforehand, and then it's gonna be just everything's just gonna be that much greater. You can't fucking depend on someone to fix your problems and in your baggage that you have been trying to run from, hide from, not work on forever. You're putting so much fucking honestly, you're putting pressure on that person. It's not like it's bullshit. Like it shouldn't be that way. Fix yourself and then find the relationship, and then it's two fucking whole incredible people coming together instead of two like fucking broken, damaged people who are bonding over the bullshit that have gotten into that position in the first place. You're not fixing each other.
Not only that, you need to and you need to meet someone that's on your level, because I think like another terrible thing is when someone's maybe elevated in life, is in a higher position, and is almost holding the hand of the person below them, trying to like help get them to their level, but you can't force that upon your significant other to get to the same level as you. So like meeting people, like you're saying, Beyonce, Jay-Z, like meeting at this level, meet where where you're at, and then bring each other up even further. That's what it's about.
You attract what you are. Anything else, you're just going to settle for. If you see someone that doesn't think the way you are, doesn't do it the way you do, then you're just settling because, like, maybe you want to, like, maybe have sex, or you want to have someone to keep you company. It's like, you can't tap into that. You just do your thing, and magically, boom, there it is. Like you said, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and love is key. I always say this: the two best things that can ever happen to someone is falling in love naturally, right? Falling in love naturally.
Love it.
And number two is getting your heart broken / breaking someone else's heart. It's a lost art. Ripping out someone's heart, it's not malicious. If you're in a relationship and you know it's run its course, you gotta just move on. You gotta move on, because there's levels to this shit. There is levels to this shit where you know you're capable of more, and you have to take that step if you know it's over. If you're sitting there and maybe you're daydreaming about another person, boop, you know, it's over. It's over. It is so done. If you think about what could my life be like if I left this person, it's over. Boom, it's done. No. You have your answer. If you think about all the fun you could be having, all the things you could start, done. It is over. But so many people, out of fear, like you said before, they can't move on for some odd reason. They can't move on.
It's comfort.
And I ask people a lot too. I say, if someone's in a relationship, I say, what was the best moment that you shared with that person that didn't involve any exterior factor? What was the best moment? And they'll sit there and they still have no answer. They'll tell me, oh, well, you know, we watched this movie together, or we went on this hike together and we saw this view. It's like, no, that's an exterior factor. You can't talk about a view. You can't talk about a game. I'm talking about a moment that y'all shared together where it was just you two creating happiness from nothing. And a lot of people have no idea what that's like because they can't tap in. Like I said, there's levels to this shit. If you want to build a relationship, you got to talk about your past. You got to talk about what happened to you. I know so many people, and I'll ask them about, like, you know, do you guys talk about, like, maybe your ex-relationships or your partners? And they're like, oh, no, we don't talk about that because they'll get super jealous if I bring up, you know, my boyfriend from 8 years ago. I'm like, you didn't exist to that person 8 years ago.
Yeah.
If they're jealous of that, you have your answer. You're done. That's pussy shit. If you're jealous of what happened before they knew you, you have your answer. Like, that's not a healthy relationship. You grow through all these endless discussions. The deeper and deeper you get, then you build that trust. Then there's no jealousy. And then it's more of a best friendship rather than, like, you know, we're just partners, like, keeping each other happy while we're existing.
Yeah, dude. No, I totally agree, bro. And another thing, honestly, I think one of the number one ways to have success in a relationship is finding out how to work through conflicts. And when I say working through conflicts, it's like finding ways that, like, the person, because everyone's different, right? Like, some people, when they're upset, like, they get super quiet. Other people, like, lash out. It's like finding how that person responds to, like, disagreement, and, like, letting them know how you feel about something up front. Like, something stupid, like, you know, like, it tends to be, like, in relationships, small things kind of add up and annoy people. But if you're upfront about it, like, hey, like, when you leave, like, when you don't clean the dishes, it makes me feel like you don't fucking, like, respect me, respect the house. Like, letting people know what your pet peeves are prior, so that, like, they're on the same page. So it's not like these little digs that are just, like, left up and then they accumulate over time.
Right.
And
terrible.
just, you know what I'm saying? So, like,
Communication,
exactly, communication, being upfront and just letting people know. So, like, and then if something was, like, a little bit bigger that happened with conflict, you have to work through it till the end, because you can't let that continue to keep surfacing up over time. Every single time a fucking like, if you were to stay with someone, you love someone, like, you have to work that conflict. You have to work it till it's done and over with, because you're fucked if it just continues to come up throughout every single little disagreement.
Amen.
Ever. That'll fucking ruin you.
Right.
So I'm saying, like, I believe conflicts are inevitable in any relationship, because it's a work in progress as you're learning about so much about the other person. Everyone has pet peeves. Everyone has days when they're stressed. Learning about how that other person deals with it, needs to be heard, needs their space, this and that. Those are going to be fucking key to working through conflicts and not allowing the little annoyances to build up bigger and bigger, and breaking down any quote-unquote big disagreement, fucking talking it through, like, legitimately working through it so there's no hard feelings, so it doesn't fucking continue to resurface.
People are afraid to hurt people.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it comes down to. Like, people are afraid of that real talk. Like, you can't just exist and continue to think everything's all happy-go-lucky if there's clear issues here. There's clear issues. If you just say, look, I want to have a serious conversation with you about this topic. I still love you the most, and I just want to have this so we can grow together. Boom. You already know what the conversation is going to be about. You already know it's just so we can help each other. If you just keep throwing those digs, you'd be like, oh, it would be nice if you did this once in a while. It'd be great if you helped out. Oh, well, you could do... that doesn't help anything.
Fucking
Then it leads to
bullshit.
bickering. That's why I can confidently say I've never in my life gotten in a fight with a girlfriend of mine.
No.
Ever. Because anytime there was any discrepancy, I made it clear, say that to me. Tell me straight up, because I'm going to be straight up with you every single time.
Right.
And when we are straight up, we bury it right away. It's clear, it's cut, we're good, and there's never a reason to bicker.
Absolutely.
Never a reason to fight.
Yeah.
I hate people who are always telling me, well, we had this big fight last night. How are you in this? You're cool with that? Like, you are cool with your best friend and you fighting? You're my best friend. You're my best friend. How often do we fucking fight? Never. It's the same thing with your boyfriend or girlfriend. That is your best friend. You talk about things. We don't fight ever because there's never anything to fight about, because you'll tell me, hey, do this. Hey, clear clear cut.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
1,000,000%. I think, and honestly, I don't know, you guys tell me, but I think that's a good segue into just like friendships, like in those type of relationships.
Right.
Like, unless you want to touch on something else with the relationships, but
I think they're very similar. I mean, your friends who you surround. I always grew up with the saying, if you hang around the barber shop, soon enough you'll get a haircut. So like the people, places, and things, people that you're hanging around, like that, they're gonna influence your life. If you're hanging around people that do X, you're gonna at some point do X as well. There's some percentage too. It's like you have like a tenfold chance of being overweight or obese if you hang around with people that are overweight or obese.
Oh yeah, no.
So it's like who you hang with is who you become. Who you're in a relationship is who you become. So it's like just like in our relationships with our love life. Why would we settle for anything less than the best? All of my friends build me up in some way, shape, or form. People that I spend my time with are either building me up or ahead of me in some way to help show me the ways. And together, we're all going to conquer this world together. I'm not going to be hanging around no average, sissy 9-to-5 person. Sorry.
No,
Don't apologize. Please, let's retract. Petta, you're going to speak next, but let's be clear. Let's retract that apology. Let's say I'm not sorry that I'm not sorry.
I'm
there
not
we go.
sorry that I'm not sorry. But
Yes.
I'm not going to be hanging around nobody that lives no average bullshit, settled for normal life. Like, I want something extraordinary, so I know that in order to accomplish extraordinary things, that I have to be chilling and kicking it with people that have the same mission.
Say that!
Say that!
1,000,000%. And the only thing was is I loved how we saw, shout out Sierra, if you're listening to the podcast, just no shot she is, but when we
one day, she'll feel this one day.
If you know, you know.
But when we were on the hike, when she was asking, like, who are you chilling with? And you're like, honestly, like, I got a really small circle, and you were like saying, like, spitting off names, like, yeah, honestly, like, for this person, like, you're like an entrepreneur, like, that's like the only people I'm kicking with. And I was like, dude, I'm so glad you said
my
that.
life went from, I remember, like, so college, like, just out of it, like, on a Friday night, I'd look around and I'd be surrounded by, like, bullshit. That's all I have to say. Bullshit. Then it was about a year ago that, like, I started to look up, and on that same Friday night, I'm like, he runs a multi-million-dollar business. He runs a billion-dollar business. He started his own thing from scratch. He's doing this. He runs every single marketing agency in the country. And it's like you start to surround yourself with that level of people, and you're going to end up at that level. It's manifestation. It's an energy. It's law of attraction. And if you want to be on that level, start surrounding yourself with those type of people.
Absolutely.
There's no love lost when you move on from relationships. Like, you have your day ones for sure. Like, Brandon, you and I, day ones. Me and John Drzezinski, day ones. We've been growing and learning together forever, and that's great. And there's multiple day ones for sure, but you have those times where you're friends with your high school baseball buddies. You have your times where you're friends with your college buddies, and you have these great moments together, but nothing is forever. So when you keep going and maybe they stop thinking the way that you do and they're in their own world, if you got to leave the group chat, if you got to stop attending the Saturday night hangout because if you're going to stay around that, it's going to bring you down, just move on. There's so many people that want to stay in those friend groups because they think, I can't lose my friends. Like, what's going to happen? It's like, well, you take that next leap and look, you come back into my life, and now we think and go crazy together. Look at Bobby Kelty. He comes to the gym now, and he's thinking like this, and he's working out. Like, you move on and you reconnect with people you didn't think you'd reconnect with, and you meet all these beautiful, awesome new people that you didn't know existed. I didn't know who Josette was before coming to Legacy, and now I look up to her because she's a beast. I never would have met her if I stayed at maybe Vent Fitness, working out with everybody else on that level. We take that next step. You go to Legacy, and you meet all these like-minded people, and, you're still cool with those people from the past, but, like,
that's what
you
I was
gotta
just
move
gonna
on
say,
from
like,
that shit.
All of my friends that do the 9-to-5 thing, they like, I'm happy. If you're happy and they're happy, if they're happy living that life, I'm happy for them. But I just don't want to invest my time into those relationships. That's how I have to put it, because I'd rather invest my time investing in myself and the others around me that are wanting to grow and succeed and build each other up, rather than investing my time into a place where everyone's settling, and if anything, it's trying to drag you back down to that level.
Yeah.
So I'd rather just, it's not that I have anything against you. We're cool. I love you. I'm happy for you, but I'm gonna put my time and energy over here.
If your quote unquote friends can't be or aren't supporting what your vision is and what you are trying to accomplish and pursue, if they can't support that, they're not your fucking friends, man. They're not your fucking friends. If they're trying to pull you back down to make themselves feel better and live in the past and recreate memories that can't be recreated, they're not your fucking friends.
Right.
And that's as clear cut as it gets. If they support you in your dreams and your goals and vision, then they're your friends. If they can't support your decisions, they're not your fucking friends.
Think about our relationship. Every time one of us posts something, shares something, does something, we're the first people to reshare, comment, in person say, yo, I saw that thing you did. How was it? Asking about how it was. The people that were your friends of the past, they don't take the time to ever say anything. And if they do say something, for me, they typically ask, what are you doing next? What's next? It's like, why are you asking me what's next when you've never even asked me how was it, or great job on this, or tell me about what you just did. Mm-hmm. They always want to know what's going on, but they never want to take the time to ask you, how are you doing? How is it going? Tell me the process of what it was like. So if that's going to be you, I can't deal with that, because I don't want to tell you what's next. I'll tell the people what's next for those who are there for me right now, sharing, reposting, commenting, being there for me as brothers, sisters, whatever you want to call it. But those people, they just don't see the world that we now see it. And one day it's going to hit them different when we elevate to levels that are unfathomable to most. And then when they say, Billy, tell me how you do it. Peta, how? Wordy, how? Then we'll be there for you. But I'm not going to sit there and tell you everything when you don't even really care to take note of what's good in the moment.
Right.
I got to move on from that shit, because there's other people that do care, and I care about them. We're going to help each other grow, whatever it takes. You're not doing shit for me now. I'm trying to help you, and you just don't really care. So we're going to move on, and maybe I'll see you later.
Yeah, respect. Yeah,
no, respectfully, that's all due respect.
For some reason, all I can think about is, like, I have certain friends that have told me, you work too hard.
Oh my God, they don't understand, bro.
I'm just thinking, like, I already know in 2 years when they're like, well, how did you do it? I don't know. You used to tell me I work too hard.
Exactly.
Like, and that's it. Wow.
It's gonna hit them different because they see it. And they try to get
There's no secret.
They try to understand, but they're in that mode where, I'm not saying they're like settling, but whatever, but like they haven't taken that leap. So until you take that leap of going down to rock bottom, really being by yourself, figuring out what do you want to do with your life? Do you really want to be at this corporate job forever?
Wow.
Respectfully.
It's kind of sorry.
I was just going to say respectfully, there's a lot of people I know that have been doing the same shit ever since, college graduation. Yeah. Same shit for the past 3, 4, 5, 6 years, 2 years, whatever. And it's like, you look at the people I'm around right now, we've all been at a different place a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Yeah. Everything was different. Yeah. That's how you got to live your life in this age frame. And you just go with the right people.
Right. And I was just going to say, I'm pretty sure all of us, just about a few years ago, were like at our kind of lowest lows. And now to be on the flip side of that, manifesting all these great things, and they're coming into our lives, like, yeah.
I just read this quote recently from Tim Ferriss. Every single thing for the rest of your life, whatever you're doing right now, is a stepping stone. That's how you have to view everything for the rest of your life. Like the place where you're at right now, Chris, like with Legacy, with my business, with Billy and everything he's doing. Every single thing that we're doing at this point in time, it's a stepping stone. Because this is experience, and we're creating, and we're doing everything that we have to right now. but it's never going to end. It's once we fucking through the growth mentality, but once you're at the moon with your business, then you know what, like 60, 70 years old, whatever, you're done with the business. Now it's a stepping stone. Now the next stepping stone is I want to build my spiritual growth. I want to learn how to play the guitar that I never did. And everything is just, I want my stepping stone to like my artistic side, to this side of me. Every single fucking thing is a stepping stone. It's never, like every time we look back, like 2-3 months, it's always laughable.
Yeah.
Because every 2-3 months is so different, and which actually is so fucking fun, and like it just like it's amazing. I love doing that. Just being like 3 months ago was this.
We don't want that shit easy.
I love looking back to see how far we've come.
Yeah,
that's the only reason I look back.
Yeah, exactly.
To see how much we've grown, how far we've come. I mean, it's insane too. I think back. Like, looking back to us working out in the garage in the summertime, I feel like you were a child. I feel like you were a child. I feel like I was a child. And now, where we're at now, like, think about how much has changed in 6-7 months. Versus, it makes me fucking excited to the max what we're going to say about today. Like, 6-7 months from now, a year from right now, when we listen to this podcast and go, oh, they were a bunch of fucking losers in that small office doing a podcast.
But they knew what's up.
But they knew what was coming. They knew that we'd be here, but damn, like, we're going to grow a fuck ton more. And that makes me excited.
Absolutely.
But again, it's all about who we're surrounding ourselves with. These guys are great.
Society has these rules of success where you got the salary, you got the title, go find your soulmate, go have the kids, go lock down the house, boom, and then you're set, right? How do you grow from that? Like, don't rush that shit. Like, this process, this journey that we're on, this is everything, because the beauty of it is it's all in the trenches. Only we really know the strides we've made. Sure, we post on social media. Sure, we have podcast episodes. Bullshit. Sure, the gym is growing, of course. But only we know the strides, where a lot of people, their strides are all made on Facebook, all made on Instagram, all made for the people, where our strides are made for us, and that's ultimately going to help the people.
Right.
That's the type of shit we're on. And when we listen to this in a year from now, we are going to cream. We are going to be so proud of ourselves for saying that shit. Say that. Let me tell you one thing. In my life, and I know y'all can say the same, everything I say, everything, always comes true. It always comes true. But a lot of people, they're too afraid to say that. They're too afraid to put it out. And then they just quietly do their thing and, you know, blast it, whatever you want to do. But for us, we're saying that. We're talking that around the right people. If we talk about this shit, think about this. If we're talking about this shit to the people we were referencing, people of the past, they can't handle this shit.
They're the same people that think we're fucking crazy.
They can't handle this. They're going to think, okay, what are these guys talking about? What? You are nuts.
Same people that say you work too hard, you're different, you're this, you're that, blah, blah, blah.
They can't handle this shit. They can't handle the truth. They can't handle it.
Even when I talk to people here that don't understand our vibe, it's literally in one ear, out the other. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't give a about what you're saying right now, because you don't understand it and you don't get it, and I'm not gonna waste my fucking energy trying to explain it to you.
And that's what you have to do, is like these conversations that we have. All of our conversations are like this. Now we're just having a microphone, other people can listen, but this is essentially how every one of our conversations goes, because this is our norm. Because this is our norm. You find your tribe, you have the discussions, and everyone's on the same wavelength, and this just becomes this there's no, if we weren't discussing like this and talking our truth and our feelings and aspirations and what we're creating in the moment, it would be like, what, are you fucking sick? Like, are you sick, dude? Like, are you good? Like, what's happening? And then, but it's so apparent as well when you're outside, when you leave the group, even for a quick bit, maybe on a quick trip, vacation, or a quick hangout or something. Like, for example, that party you went to, with that New Year's party, right, Chris? Yeah. It was just like, you came back and just like, holy shit, like, it's so eye-opening.
Because you forget about what normal people are like.
You forget what the
normal 24-year-olds, how they spend their Fridays.
You forget
Fuck
what
being
the...
normal.
That was, I told Billy, I woke up this morning and I was like, it's the day after St. Patrick's Day, and I never really scroll on social media, only early in the morning. So I'm on Snapchat stories. I'm like, ding, 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 looking through, and it's like,
Snapchat's the worst.
It's like, wow, you were drinking during the day.
AIDS.
You were drinking during the day. You were drinking.
Everyone.
I was like, I started to scratch my head. I'm like, first, like,
yeah. That's hilarious.
that many people were like on a Thursday consuming alcohol, getting drunk over what? St. Patrick's Day? I'm sorry. I was so locked in hustling. I didn't even know it was St. Patrick's
Christ.
Day. I wouldn't have known if my kids were wearing St. Patrick's Day fucking clothes.
Yeah.
It was Thursday to me, motherfucker.
Dude, that's...
Which is the same as my Monday.
That is fucking hilarious because, dude, Snapchat, every single fucking person is just boozing everyone and and just posting like their worst. It's like
that's another thing too. Going back to relationships, why are you posting that you're at the bar and dressing like a skank? Like, who are you trying to attract?
Let me tell you
I would rather see your fucking calculus test grades than you at the bar with your tits out. I'm sorry.
Would you rather
say that? Put it on the gram.
I'm gonna give you a would you rather. Would you rather post right now the vibe of the drunk club you're at with everybody else in the entire world, right? Everybody else having that little sugar high right now, or would you rather be invested in your Thursday like it's a Monday? So one day the boys can post a little Snapchat of the yacht that we're on, of the jet ski that we're on in Dubai, on the freaking pyramid that we're chilling on when we're in freaking Egypt. What would you rather have? That little sugar high now? Oh, look, same club, same vibe, same drunkenness right now. Or put that shit aside so in 2-3 years from now, PJ, private jet shit, what's up? How did they do it? Wait, what? Huh? Because we said it, we acted, and we didn't buy into the commercial bullshit.
Because I didn't go to St. Patrick's Day parade and get fucked up on my
Fuck
Saturday.
all that shit.
I spent it in my office grinding.
In the trenches!
That's fucking right.
Dude, it's just, bro, it's the delayed gratification.
That means
sugar highs.
In 10 years when you're living your normal bullshit life, bitching about how cold it is in New York, and you see us kicking it on a yacht in fucking Egypt, in the Red Sea, just know, we put in the work now.
And we're positive,
and you know,
strong,
it's not easy.
Ready.
It's not easy. If you're surrounded by people that everyone's doing that, everyone's going out to your whole group chat, oh, we're going to Gaffney's tonight, it's St. Patrick's Day. You're never gonna get to that level that we're talking about. But we've surrounded ourselves with people that, like, none of us even questioned whether we're gonna have a drink for St. Patrick's Day. Like, fuck no, we're not gonna have a drink for St. Patrick's Day, because that's not what we're doing. Because it's not gonna make us better or take us closer to that overall goal. So if you're surrounding yourself with those kinds of people, you're gonna get a haircut. You're hanging around the barber shop. Hang around with, I don't even know, like a top of the class salon and get yourself a good haircut.
I'm gonna be totally honest too.
A good haircut.
It's not the easiest thing by any fucking means to
it doesn't happen
step.
Overnight.
It doesn't happen overnight, and it does take a lot of courage, especially initially, to step away and recognize that your friend group isn't helping you, but you just have to listen to your intuition. Like, if you start getting like anxiety, for example, because like a weekend's coming up and you know your friends or your group is going to be doing this, and you're like, God damn it, like, I don't know if I can do that again, like, I don't know if I want to do that again. If you're starting to get like uneasy, or these just like vibes or thoughts of like, I don't think this is the direction I want to go in anymore, that's actually a good thing, because you're acknowledging that something has to change, something's not sitting right. And so start to just slowly step away, like create your distance, create your space. At first, it's gonna probably be lonely. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. Excellence, as our guy Tim Grover says, it's a lonely place, especially at first. But when you just trust that you're making the right decision, when you put yourself into other environments and situations, instead of going out at the Saturday night bar, doing some type of class or some community event instead, it's not guaranteed you'll meet your best friends there, but do it one time, do it again. Just continue to just trust that you're making the right decision, and then you will attract. You attract the right people.
I was just going to say, so I feel like after college especially, I spent over a year on my own. Like, nobody spoke my language.
Exactly.
Like, there was people around me. I worked in an environment with people all the time, but nobody truly understood. They just thought I was some different breed. Why you think like that? You can't actually, like, but it took a while to attract the right people. And now that I have found my people, I feel more free than ever to express myself. Like, it's so nice to have people that understand your language. But I did spend years sitting at home on Saturday night. I made the decision that I would rather be alone and lonely rather than spend it with the bullshit people.
Exactly.
And that's a hard decision. It's not easy at all, but you can do it. I did it. So that is Brandon filling
Sorry.
his
Hydration. Overdose on that water, baby.
So being patient, and it's your friendships, it's your love life. You have to be patient. I feel like we're at that point now.
For sure.
I'm gonna tell you right now, and this goes to legacy. One of the reasons legacy is legacy. Legacy is a story. You're writing the story every day. Let's pretend we have no idea what happens, but you only have one book. And when you're 80 years old and you're thumbing through the pages, what do you want that book to say? You want it to be, you want to live your dreams. You want to live the highest quality of life and leave no stone unturned. So in order to do that, you must set your standard, set your precedent high of what you want from life. And so you do that, you're setting the bar really high, and then from there, you have to be patient, but you have to wait for all those standards to be met. Work on yourself every day to get yourself there, and know that those other people that are meant to be in your life are going to meet you there. So that's really my biggest takeaway.
Here's one final thought is we kept saying it. Say that, right? Say that. Talk your shit. Don't ever tailor your life to other people.
Amen.
Say what you want to say, because I can say whatever I want, and if you're offended by it, then you're the problem, and I don't even want you in my life anyway. If you're offended by anything I say, I respectfully want nothing to do with you, because if I talk my shit, there's going to be Brandon Pettas, Chris Wortmans, John Drzezinski's, who are like, I like that. And they're going to come to me because they talk their shit and we're all coming together. So don't be afraid to be like, yeah, I'm the fucking shit. Yeah, I'm doing my thing. Yeah, let's be great. You're going to scare a lot of people away. A lot of people. But those are all the wrong people. And the right ones out of that wrong group, one day when you hit that point, they'll come back. They'll be like, oh my God, like I knew something was up with that guy before. And now he really made it clear that he was right. Let's go.
They couldn't say they didn't see it.
They can't say they didn't see it. And for the most part, a lot of them will stay stuck in their ways. They can't handle it. Go for it. And if they try to cancel you or whatever, all you gotta do is be like, well, I'm the fucking shit. And like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you going to do? If you want to be the fucking shit too, say that. Join the crew. Let's be the shit together. Don't ever keep something in because you're afraid it's going to hurt someone else. Fuck that. Never, ever. Obviously, there's a line where you're being mean or selfish or saying derogatory things. That's ridiculous. We don't say that. We treat people the way we want to be treated. But if you want to put out that positivity, if you want to put out those compliments, if you want to talk about yourself and your crew like we are the kings and queens, say that. All the wrong people, they'll be scared away. Let them die from self-doubt. All the royalty, all the greatness, they're going to come running. My arms are wide open. Come on, give me a kiss. Give me a hug. Join the crew. Let's do our shit together. Say that shit. Say that shit.
Hell yeah. Yo, mine's just going to be fucking short and sweet, my wrap up for this one. But it's just this. It's, like I said when I started with that quote, that people choose unhappiness over uncertainty. Move over uncertainty. Move towards the uncertainty. Move towards the uncomfortable position. Trust your intuition. Trust your gut. You already know what you have to do. Don't think. Just fucking move towards it. And then and just stick to your decision. Keep fucking going with it. That's all I got.
Say that. All right, everybody. Well, thank you guys for tuning in today. Episode 18, Higher Purpose Podcast. And we'll catch you next time.
Locked.
What did the Yankees do last night?
The Yankees!
Peace.
Peace.